The securities are doing the security thing, a little pushing, a little this, a little that, a little this, a little that. So I'm like, all right, what's good? What's good? So I'm trying to tell my security to chill a bit, but it's his job. He's on some, because they're trying to move him out of the way to get to me. The dude says, why'd you post the weekend address online? A security guard, and I think it's from their team, that got shot at the Weeknd's house. So they're stepping to me like I'm the one who may have posted the address that set this in motion. Somebody said the Weeknd lined me up.
DJ Akademiks talks about being lined up by the Weeknd. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Yeah, I went to the Weeknd concert yesterday, the Weeknd and Cardi. Amazing show. I love it. I had a great time. The Weeknd security's like 15, bro. These look like all they eat is steroids.
Oh yeah, nah,
big as hell.
They ready for war.
All of a sudden, I see them doing a beeline. But I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. I don't give two. I'm chilling. I'm looking for my regular ops. I don't see them. I'm drinking. I got some. You know what I mean? I'm cooling. The dudes start coming over. I see my security step in between, and I'm like, okay. Then Weeknd security, like 3 of them get on my security, and then another nigga who looked like he's the main, he's trying to talk to me.
Yeah, if you're Akademiks, I know you got security, but you may need about 4 or 5 extra bodies out there. If you notice your security is going to be outnumbered, you're going to these events, these shows. Yeah, it's cool to have a person or two, but if you're Akademiks, you making all those millions of dollars per year, you may have to allocate more money for extra bodies on security. If you notice Drake, Weeknd, those people, they got a football team out there. You can't have nobody that's about 5'9", 200 pounds, and that's it. Now, you're going to need some people that's like on some NBA football player type stuff in order to protect yourself when you're out in these streets.
And I'm like, so, I'm like chilling. I'm like, I'm having a great old time. I'm having a great old time. I'm like, so I'm trying to hear what he's talking about, but the securities are doing the security thing, a little pushing, a little this, a little that, a little this, a little that. So I'm like, all right, what's good? What's good? So I'm trying to tell my security to chill a bit, but it's his job. He's on some, because they're trying to move him out of the way to get to me. So I'm trying to be like, nah, I'll have a conversation with anybody. Like, it's not like these came over here swinging. Feel me? So I'm trying to tell him chill, but like, he don't like how their energy is, whatever. So I'm like, yo, what's good? The dude says, yo, why'd you post the Weeknd address online? I ain't gonna lie to you, I still didn't get what he meant.
Hey, you gotta be careful. You're rolling with Drake. You're showing your allegiance to Drake. So everybody that's his ops or he ain't getting along with, anything goes wrong, they're going to look at you. So yeah, it could have been somebody else that may have posted the address or something like that. Whatever went down with XO and the Weeknd, that crew, you got to be careful who you align yourself with. Yeah, it's cool to like Drake as an artist, but you be going all out. So anything goes wrong, crews get involved, they're going to look at Akademiks.
I think this morning I got what he meant because I Googled it. And I think that was a security company that was working for, not Weeknd, but the manager, or not the manager, I think it's Cash. Cash's house got shot up, right?
Bad look.
And so it was 2 things I think they pulled up, right? Everybody looks at me like I'm in Drake's team. They look at me like I'm with Drake. like I've never met Drake, but they act like I'm Drake's like guy.
Wait, so you never met Drake, but you be extrally glazing when it comes to Drake? If it's anything, especially with Kendrick Lamar, the narrative of him being destroyed in that beef, the crews going back and forth, you never met him, but you be going hard for Drake. So pause, no Diddy, but you gotta look in the mirror and be like, how am I really moving out here? The perception, me being a Drake glazer, people are gonna really talk junk, especially when the crews get involved.
Obviously, because of the platform we hold, it's whatever.
Yeah, what you doing with it?
The security was asking, but it makes sense today. A security guard, and I think it's from their team, that got shot at the Weeknd's house. So they're stepping to me like I'm the one who may have posted the address that set this in motion. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's a fact. Like, everybody knows that has nothing to do with me. I don't know what happened. Drake, so I've heard what happened. I kind of know in and around what I think is the thing, but whatever. So
So on the spot, when you got called out, you ain't really know nothing. But after the fact, when you kind of gathered yourself, you know what's going on, but you don't know what's going on, and it don't got nothing to do with you. Again, when you make your allegiance to Drake, when you glaze them, they're going to be looking at you. So, yeah, it could have been somebody else or whatever happened with the address situation. But if they know that you're pro Drake, you're going to crash out, go on a drunk tirade, and defend Drake. When situations like this happen, they're going to be pointing at you.
I'm talking to the dude, you know, whatever. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about?
I don't know what's
And then
going
I
on.
look at him because he's consistently saying the weekend. And I said to him, I said, brother, who do you think invited me here?
His team at
And
the weekend.
that was the moment. As soon as I said that, they were like, because we're in the weekend section. So the way how it works is at MetLife Stadium. There's Cardi gets a riser. So for all Cardi's guests, so I wasn't Cardi's guest, I was the weekend's guest. So all my tickets are under the weekend. The weekend's assistant gave me tickets. So I said to them, I'm like, how do y'all think I got here? I have the fucking thing that says the weekend's people. And as soon as I said that, they were like, oh, okay. But that's something where I only say that to say this is how deep some of the stuff gets, because number one, I really think I'm not trying to snitch, but
Come on, go ahead, snitch. It's okay.
who they think is responsible for that, they linked me up with those people.
Exactly. You glaze Drake. You're pro Drake. You're going to crash out on anybody that disrespects your favorite artist, your favorite person in the world, your Lord and Savior Drake. Of course, anything goes down surrounding his name or his crew, they're going to look at the biggest person supporting Drake, the person with the biggest platform that's going to push these Drake narratives. So, of course, you're going to be the main person. And then after you're cleared, then it is what it is. But no one's really caring about what's going on behind the scenes with the crews. They're only trying to figure out who's the biggest person in media supporting Drake and pushing these narratives, and may have some inside information on possibly leaking addresses. Hopefully it ain't true. Hopefully he ain't doing slimy stuff behind the scenes like that, because
Which is not true. Like, I'm not with anybody that would get shot at. You get what I'm saying? But
I hope not.
the security team took it personal, especially when I showed up, because it's one of them that got shot. Remember, the weekends, well, again, it was Cash's house that got shot up, and it was a security guard that got shot.
That
So
ain't
I get
good.
it now.
It's a bad look.
All in all, by the way, I didn't even have to tell y'all this because there's no video of it. But yeah, so that happened. They the funniest part. So after I tell them, I'm like, you know who invited me here, right? And they're like, it's just de-escalated immediately. But I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't know what y'all talking about though. And I'm like, so I try to dap the security up as they're like walking away. Yo, it's the biggest niggas on earth.
Oh, nah, they
Trying
ready
to
for
dap them
whatever.
up. They just looked at me and just like walked off. And I'm like, that'd be.
Of course, they're not going to be buddy with you only because they know when you get back online at your crib, you're going to be trolling or possibly saying stuff behind the scenes. So, but again, if you're going to be in person like this, talking your talk on social media, online, on stream, got to have more than one person as a bodyguard. You got to have a whole team. You got to spend tens of thousands of dollars per month when you're out and about to make sure that you're secure, because that situation could have really turned into something crazy.
Beef is real. Whatever beef that got that house shot up, it ain't got nothing to do with me. So anyway, funny enough, number one, Cash came over, who is the owner of XO, and me and him chopped it up. It was very clear, and I could tell honestly from the whole XO team, like it was just, it was not, that wasn't some XO was trying to do. By the way, I do business with them. We're good. You know what I mean? I get people love to say I'm like Drake's homie, cool, which I am,
Of
but
course, Glaze. Respectfully.
not a street for Drake. Drake should have his own street. Okay?
But when you talk on street stuff surrounding Drake, of course, when anything like that goes down, someone getting shot, someone getting hurt at a party, a life could have been lost, they're going to look at you only because they know you have inside information regarding OVO and Drake. So if something happens between the crews, allegedly, they're going to look at Akademiks.
Yeah, me and Cash, we talked. Shout out to my man Hawk. I found out that one of the XO dudes, his name is Hawk, he really f***ed me. He brought me a bottle of Don Julio. And I sat there and I watched Cardi perform. And then I watched who else perform? I watched Cardi and, Cardi and Weekend. And, yeah, they brought me liquor and we were kicking it. Somebody said the weekend line me up. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Interesting. Now you gotta think about it. Okay, the weekend, his crew, they invited you to the show. But shouldn't the weekend and his crew let the bodyguard team, security team know that, hey, whatever happened at that party, allegedly or whatever, had nothing to do with academics, he will be in the house. So how do you get invited to a show, a major show like that, but the security crew, they running up on you like, yo, what really happened? Did you leak the address? That should have been ironed out before academics set foot in that suite. So by them not really communicating with each other, was it a thing to where, hey, it is what it is. You can confront them, don't hurt them or anything like that. But if you want to set to them, it is what it is. So did the weekend line up academics? It's a possibility, but it's all alleged.
Not at all. Again, I'm just, the only reason I even mention it, you get to connect the dots later. Yo, it's some of these things that we don't think about are real events. Like, homie's house did get shot up. The person who got shot was the security guard. They use the same security guard that even goes with them on tour. So when they go on tour, they've probably been wondering or figuring out how did that happen, the shooting, where did it come from? And obviously in their minds, they're now like, okay, they probably put blame on a few people. I think they were just asking me the question like, bro, why'd you post his address? The thing is, I never post the weekend's address directly. And if I did, it was because another they were beefing would probably posted it.
And that's the thing. They're going to go back and replay this clip. So if you're academics, I won't even throw in those little subtle shots like, well, it wasn't me. I wasn't the first person. I was the second. I wouldn't even be posting anything fourth or fifth. Don't care who's in line and who did it first. When you start dealing with situations like that, addresses being posted, and then a situation can happen like this where a weapon's involved and someone's shot. If you're academics, stay away from reposting anything that ain't got nothing to do with music, or if you're trying to post some alleged stuff, change narratives up, you may want to just stick to music, stick to just posting regular stuff on social media, because you don't want to get involved with street stuff.
You know how I go. So it was all good. I only mentioned that because salute to everybody who was there. I got treated with the utmost respect, though. Salute to everybody who was there. I just mentioned that. I only mentioned that because you get to realize, like, even when we hear about, oh, someone got shot at Drake's house and it's a security guard. Like, to us, because it's not Drake that got shot, we're like, huh, okay, whatever. That security guard is probably a security guard that's connected to other people that work for Drake or do stuff for Drake. And then you probably get to realize that they are very well aware and probably trying to figure out what happened, where did it come from, da-da-da-da-da. And yeah, so.
Yeah, whenever that's in play, someone gets hurt to that magnitude, they don't care what's going on. They want to know who did what, who leaked what, who's the biggest voice for Drake. Yeah, the people behind the scenes, I'm sure there were conversations, but the first person they're going to look at, as far as people posting different stuff, let me look at academics. Okay, you may not have been the first person that may have posted the address, but did you post it in general? People ain't thinking regular when violence is involved. So fortunately, academics, good that you made it out that situation, but this is a learning lesson. Don't go out there in these streets being naive like everything's going to work itself out. Boost that security team up to the maximum and just move smarter out there, and then watch what you're posting on social media.
That incident just proved to me, yo, Weeknd's team or EXO's team really not with them OVO.
Of course. They ain't playing around.
I didn't say OVO did nothing, but that's what it meant to me. I was just like, they really not
There
with
you
them OVO.
go. Throwing stuff out there.
I think they had no problem with it, but I could tell, like, yo, they're on their shit. And then that's when I only brought it up because the top 5 thing, because I spoke to Pressa. I seen Pressa at the concert. Pressa said to me he thinks 5 is upset at him because, they've been, they're both Drake homies, but Pressa and them start hanging with the XO guys, and I guess Drake and the XO guys don't get along.
Of course.
So Pressa thinks that top 5 is trying to be loyal to Drake by beefing with him because he's hanging with XO, and Pressa's like, I hang out with whoever I want. Like, I could like Drake and still like The Weeknd. And
things get messy.
Me being at that concert, I was like, oh, there's some op beef going on in here. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, got to be careful. those crews were cool with each other. Drake and the Weeknd, EXO and OVO. Pressa, he's still rocking with who he wants to rock with. Top 5, his allegiance to Drake. That's like his guy in the streets, allegedly. So hopefully everything goes well and safe between the crews. And again, academics, be careful, because in conversations, you be speaking your facts, but you be throwing out little shots and side shots within the conversation. So just be mindful of who you rocking with, who you show allegiance to. Just try to be as fair as possible. I know Drake, that's your guy that you never met in person. May have talked to him on the phone a few times. Never contributed to your platform as far as an interview or anything like that. But that's the person that you look up to musically and who you've been listening to for about 20 years now. So salute to you, but be safe out there. And hopefully the beef between Drake and The Weeknd can end sooner than later.